What's up, guys? Rich Duper Bash. I'm out here in the garage again. Got the doors open because it's nice and toasty today. Anyway, I just want to keep this. This will be a short video on the new ARRMA Kraton 4S. So far, my first impression of this thing is it looks pretty sweet. It's definitely like a little mini-me compared to its the 6S big brother. It's got surprisingly high ride height. So in any case, and the other thing that kind of surprised me is the wheel diameter is actually these Minokawa PLs are actually pretty tall. They're close to 6 inches tall, so not a whole lot smaller than the former Kraton 6S tire. So they're just a little bit narrower and just a little bit shorter. In any case, so I'm just going to go over the truck real quick. I really haven't had much time with it yet. It just hit the porch yesterday. So it hasn't had a pack plugged in or anything. So anyway, I'm just going to share what I know about it and just kind of go over some of the finer points with it. I'm going to give you guys a quick shot of the box here. We'll just kind of go around each side real quick and just essentially it looks like you got the 50+ mph on the front, which is plenty fast for most bashing needs, I would say anyway. It's almost 16 inches wide in the stance, about 8 pounds weight. Length is almost 21 inches and looks like the ride height, I'm sorry, the total height is 7.56 inches. They went ahead and put the 6S servo, the ADS 15M in here. Again, it's the BLX 120 ESC, that's 120 amp, both 3S, 4S capable. You got the EC5 connectors, and then you've got the 3668 2400 kV brushless motor. Obviously metal gear differentials, adjustable turnbuckles, the double wishbone suspension front and rear, the EC5 connectors, high downforce wing, and then you've got the support brace. Same style as the 3S rigs with the modular, real convenient, easy maintenance. So you've got the easy access power module, the electronics module, super tough gears, easy access diff module. You've got the 16mm big bore shocks. And then you also got the body post protectors, which is really cool. You got a cooling fan on there now, which is kind of cool. You got a all metal spur, and then you've got heavy duty 17mm hexes, big durable hubs. Looks like double thick turnbuckles and wide track width. Inside the box, you're going to find the Spectrum STX2 radio, same as what's coming with the 6S rigs now. You're also basically they just send you a few tools. Some collars to adjust your ride height, a couple Allen keys. You've got your manual, your little getting started manual, and then you've got your technical book. And what's super cool is they actually included some awesome ARRMA stickers. So anyway, huge shout out to ARRMA for this. I know some people are like, yeah, whatever, but to me this is super cool. You'll see that this truck is, basically it's based off the 3S platform, except it's got the same chassis. And it fortunately it shares a lot of the same parts. It's got the same diff cases, same internals, but you'll notice it's definitely a lot wider than the Big Rock, the Granite, the Senton, and the Typhon even. So it's got longer arms, longer links. It's got way beefier shocks than the 3S rigs. It's got a higher volume shock, and then the shafts themselves look like they're about 4mm. So the arms look nice and beefy. The drive shafts I think are about the same diameter as on the 3S rigs. They're just longer. And then I'll probably be pulling off a wheel to show you, but basically the steering blocks definitely look beefy on this guy. You also have 17mm hexes or wheel nuts. But you'll notice this is kind of a trip. These are basically like a flanged 8mm nut that basically has a serrated innard, and I'll just have to pull it off to show you, but you do need an 8mm wrench to get the sucker on and off. So guys, the body itself, it's actually pretty trick. It's definitely looks a lot like its big brother, but this part right here is really cool. They essentially got these little body protectors. They went ahead and basically kind of bolted down to the front of the truck, so that's pretty trick. We all have hard flips and rolls, and I could definitely see that coming in handy. One of the most obvious things about this 4S, guys, is this tower-to-tower brace, which I think is absolutely ingenious. I went ahead and took it off the truck last night, and just to see how easy it was to take on and off. You can basically remove this whole thing in probably, I don't know, less than a minute, It's got these two little lock pins. There's a pin here, and then on the front here, you got a pin there. Basically, you just loosen these up, and there's a real thick steel, like a shank bolt that slides through here. Basically, it'll pull almost the entire way out, and then it catches towards the end. Then you can just go ahead and raise this up, or just pull it off from the front and rear at the same time. So guys, I just wanted to add that this top race is actually pretty trick. Those of you familiar with the 3S rigs, you probably know that the drive shaft, which happens to be the same drive shaft on here, basically it's telescoping. Well, so is this top race. Essentially, it's got this trick little rubber insert right here. So when you basically force your towers together, you got just a little bit of give right there, which is perfect. So it looks like they essentially borrowed the Typhon 3S front bumper. They use the same wing mount system as the Typhon 3S, which has been ultra durable for me. But the wing itself, this sucker actually feels firmer and better engineered than the stock Kraton 6S wing. So anyway, hats off for this sucker right here. A nice amount of flex here. These look like, I'm almost positive, these are the same actual body mounts that are on the Typhon 3S. But you'll see they've got a nice little bit of give. So instead of these guys just snapping, they'll actually flex. And I think you got pretty much the same thing in the front here. The suspension actually feels really plush on this sucker. We'll just have to give it a go. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked to see what weight oil this is, but it actually feels pretty nice just the way it is. So I know gearing wise, I took the slipper apart last night, or I took the housing apart, and these suckers are coming with, it still looks like it's a 32 pitch gearing. I definitely have a nice steel spur in here, which is a great upgrade. And obviously you can see they have a little cooling fan screwed down pretty tight to the heatsink. And this motor here, this is definitely a bigger motor than the 3S rigs. This is I believe it's the 2400 kV, and it's longer. It's a 3668. Here's a shot of the wheel nuts. These things are actually pretty beefy. You'll see they've got the 17mm collar on the inside where the serrations are to basically just grab onto your wheel. And then you've got the 8mm nut on this side. So basically this is all one solid piece. And what it does is it locks your wheel firmly to the 17mm hex on the inside here. So, and basically what's cool about this design actually is you can pretty much just pull this wheel off, put on a Badlands 3.8 or pretty much any other wheel that's comparable. So you'll see how beefy the steering knuckles are on this. They definitely put a lot of thought into how they engineered it. It looks and feels super solid to me. The arms feel good, the shocks feel good. So anyway, enough babbling. It's getting laid out. I'm just going to throw a 4S pack in here and just give this thing a real quick street shakedown. I'll just be running a Hobby Star 5200 mAh 100C 4S pack. The truck actually feels great. Oh, anyway, I'm not really sure I'm going to do anything to these shocks right now. Well, it definitely moves nice, guys. I gotta say, guys, this is a pretty mean looking truck. I'm definitely liking the colors out in the sun here too. Man, this thing rips, guys. Oh, first scratches. Anyway guys, so far I'm impressed with the truck. Definitely need to get this thing in the dirt soon. I've got a couple days off coming up, so shouldn't be too long. Alright guys, well, huge props to ARRMA for pushing the envelope and giving us different options between the 3S, the 4S, the 6S models. So alright guys, until next time, late. Ha ha ha!